I I am going to read a few pieces, little pieces from Ananda Lima and her poetry collection titled Amblyopia. This cute little series. I read Alina Stefanescu also from this series. I keep calling them little because they're little books that are put out by Bull Press, which is in North Carolina, and it's the Inch series. And I ordered the Inch series from Bull City Press, which is in Durham, North Carolina. I'm trying to show you there, Bull City Press. I'll put that down below. But it was like $10, and I get these, I think, maybe like 3 times or 4 times a year. I think I just started. So anyway, but it's a cute little project, and I keep saying little because they're little books, but there are no little poets. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, so this is Ananda Lima, and this is amblyopia, which is means I'm going to read you the definition of it because I had to look it up. I know what myopia is, which is just nearsightedness. Like you can see things up close, but when they get farther away, you can't really see them. And we use myopia to speak of kind of a short-sightedness in our reason, our philosophy. Like we use that as a metaphorical term, which I really appreciate that metaphor, actually. So I know what myopia is, but amblyopia, I had to look up. So I'm going to read you the definition. It is amblyopia, also called lazy eye, is a disorder of sight in which the brain fails to process inputs from one eye and over time favors the other eye. It results in decreased vision in an eye that otherwise typically appears normal. So that's a great title for a collection of poems. And also there's some Portuguese in here because it sounds she's working with talking about going through various translations and the differences in some the way things in English look on the page and how they're said in Portuguese. And it's interesting. If you're interested in languages, this will be of interest to you. So let me read you a few pieces out from Ananda Lima. All right, this one is the title piece, and it's called Amblyopia. I learned to delight in gifts of myopia, the smudged edges of buildings in the distance, glass freeing itself from thinning outlines, the peach pink sky blended with its reflection. So cute how I never know where I am. Tilting my head, twisting my map to match the names, the grid I contain in my squint, how I hold a pen to tell what's right, how I guess from the phantoms what is left. I could laugh the faint lavender fragrance, my condition a pastel tinged party trick. Watch me get lost in my vapor. Watch me get by until it thickens into clouds, condenses down into my son's eyes. It's interesting reading poetry because words have different meanings. So this one is son, S-O-N, condenses down into my son's eyes. That's a nice poem. I know I fumbled that line, but I think the rest of it went through pretty well. Let's see. I'm going to read you another one. This one is titled Dark Room. A small room vanishes. What is or was there? The varnished floor felt by feet. Charcoaled shapes emerge. A lighter gray bed surfaces, making a dark L around it. Very nice. I like her poetry a lot. And she does something here that I think is really cool, and I want to show it to you. It's called Heart Chart. And I think it's like at first I thought, oh, it's kind of like one of those circle the words, and I guess it could be. But then after I read it, I'm like, oh, it's a little bit more like a complex eye chart. And so I read this to myself several times last night and a couple times this morning. And I think I'm saying something different because it's a poem. It's a poem. And I think I'm saying something different each time, but I'm going to try it because it feels a little bit like just kind of like leaping. And then kind of what comes out is what comes out. So, but it's hard. It's fun and difficult to read this done like this, and I do think it can possibly be read a few different ways, maybe, or I'm just seeing it that way. I mean, for my own dyslexic self, like this is a challenge and a pleasure, and so let me see if I can do it for you. All right, it's titled Heart Chart. Put an eye to rest, find an eye in a glass. Coax a cicade into chronostasis. Stay right where you are now, close now, far then. Show what's left, what's right, what's that, there. Hush, these eyes fluid, flip back on your BS. Almost there now. Say I for you for me. I actually think this poem gave me such a lovely dream last night of being a character in a film and realizing that I was really in love with my co-star. I don't know. I honestly think it came from this poem, and I don't know exactly why I think it came from that poem, but I woke up from the dream thinking, oh, that was really fun. Like I fell in love with my co-star, and we had like a thing, and then I thought of this poem, and so I kind of think that it came from that. I don't know. Dreams and poems, are they different? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. So this is Ananda Lima, and there she is on the back. Looks like she has a camera also, so she must also be a photographer. I will link to her. I don't know as much about her as I do about some of the other poets that I read for you, but I'm gonna look, and I'll link all of her stuff. And thanks for listening, as always. And these inch books are really fun to get in the mail, and the poets so far are really excellent. Yeah, get it. Bull City Press Inch Project.